Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a VR to my homegirl V over at V Love and Crystals, and she does her Tea and Tarot Tuesdays, which is inspired by Lisa over at Supportive Tarot, and so today's topic is a small, tiny tin decks. So any deck that's in a tin, it's maybe small or it's tiny or all three. So I have, my little collection of decks here. I left out the Lenormand and the Kipper decks and, things like that, just because, we know that they're small. I left out my playing cards because we know they're small. So these are just Oracle decks and Tarot decks that are small or tiny or they are in a tin. So let's, without further ado, go ahead and get started. The first deck that I have here is Tarot of the Pagan Cats. So this is probably like my tiniest of the decks that I have. And, I am a cat mama, so I have plenty of kitten decks. There is a regular size version of this deck, and I see that a lot of people have it. But I've mentioned before, there's something about an irregular sized deck, when it's like so small, so you do like little tiny shuffles, or it's huge and you have to find a unique way to shuffle your deck. I don't know, for some reason it makes it more fun and I enjoy the art more. I don't know. But so that's Tarot of the Pagan Cats. This one, it's the like walking fish wisdom, or wisdom of the fish. And this one comes out of Russia, actually, and they have different volumes. So I bought quite a few volumes of it, and they all have the same backing, so that way you can just keep making like a bigger and bigger like oracle stack. And they have more volumes that came out, but I won't be able to hold them in my hands anymore. So I'm good with all the cards that I have. But anyway, you put them all together and it kind of makes somewhat of a sentence. So like if you had into the basket full of wonders, oh, wind up your grass or not. Oh, yeah, your gears or not. I don't know. It's like a unique sentences. I think they're kind of quirky and cool. This is about, I don't know, like playing card size maybe. But it's fun. It's small. It's a little oracle deck. And I use it in my client readings, also my personal readings, and I just keep it in this little pouch that I got from a friend of mine. Of course, it's got kittens on it because, kittens, weights, and tarot. But anyway, so yeah, that would be considered my other little small deck. Like I said, I didn't bring out my playing cards or my Kipper or Lenormand and stuff. And this one you guys may have seen in the other VR that I did for V. And this is the My Quality Time Self-Care Activity Deck. I know it's a mouthful, but it's by Deja Druitt, and it's super cool. Love the colors. Ooh, having like some craziness with the highlights in this camera right now. But yeah, super fun, small. You can keep it in this teeny little pouch. I got this little pouch actually from my friend in Belgium. She knows that I like everything Egyptian because, it's in my name. My last name. Anyway, what I like about the small decks is that they're travel size. Like, they don't keep much space. So you can have it in your purse or your bag or your fanny pack or, whatever. So anyway, this one is Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle. And I have some of the like extended editions of this too, so you see that there's a lot of different backings, and that's because there's a lot of these, when you put them all together, they make a picture, so that's why the backings are all a little bit different. But you have some very simple keywords, just like this. Frog's been coming up for me a lot lately, so anywho, Love this little deck. It's tiny, it's cute. It's actually one of my favorite ones that I like to keep in my purse because it's just like a boom, just right in there. So small, so adorbs. And then we have the cat row cards. And this is a tarot deck. And there's a few extra cards there. There we go. And I actually got this one in a trade, like maybe a few years ago, I suppose. But it's also like, I believe it's a playing card size. So it's all nice and small. I can keep it in that little bag. Oops. Sorry, I didn't know I was on the microphone. Sorry about that. Yeah, and it can go with me wherever I go. Yeah, but I think this little character is just like the cutest. His name is Pookie Cat. I have like the Pookie Cat rune deck too. It's also kind of small, but it's, I don't know, it's like circular. I didn't know if that would be like qualified in this VR that I'm doing. So anyway, moving along, and I figured I have like enough decks to show you for this one. This one is one that was gifted to me by a lovely person, and this is the Kawaii Tarot. So it's got a cute little backing there. Again, playing card size. You can see how simple and cute it is. And I love the pastel colors. Ah, kawaii. Kawaii it is. There was a while I was using this deck every day. And every time I look at these like little ones, I'm like, ooh, I want to throw that in my purse and throw that in my purse. And pretty soon, you know, the whole point of having a tiny deck was so that your purse isn't loaded down, or you're not loaded down with whatever your bag is. And yeah, then you get loaded down with decks. Anyway, so this one is not a tarot deck. It's actually like an oracle deck-ish, but you know, they said Tough Shit Oracle didn't really work as well as Tough Shit Tarot. So anyway, taking a look at this one is also like playing card size. You know, it's got some interesting backings, as you can see. And it's basically, it's got like these unique like sayings and words in red, and then it has like a little explanation here. I don't know, it's kind of like this is before, I think it came out before what's the name of that deck? Well, it's the one with like the unicorn on it, and you guys will be able to tell me in the comments, and when I walk into the other room I'll be able to see my own deck and be like, duh, that's the name of it. But anyway, it has like it's kind of swearberry, and it's like no nonsense. This is the same way, but it's cheeky and it's funny. Mama needs a cocktail. Cut the shit, you old filthy animal, and tuck and roll. So, you know, small, fun. I've read with it in client readings, but only if I really know the client well. Otherwise, you know, some people might actually get offended. So, so it's like if I have like a good rapport with somebody and I know that this is their personality, or like, you know, any of my friends, then I'll bust it out. But I don't just like bust it out on anyone. Okay, so these, this one, and maybe it's these two. No, this one I think is the same as like Pookie Cat Artist. I'm not sure, but this is the Catchy Oracle. Catchy, get it? Again, you're playing card size, and simple and cute. You can see that I have a thing for the kawaii, a thing for the simple and the adorable. But you know me and my Gemini ways. I'm Morticia Adams meets a unicorn with rainbows, you know, and maybe some kittens. And kittens and yeah, and goth. But that's me, split right down the middle. Okay, so these two that you'll see, they came from Russia, and they actually came pretty fast. These don't really have any words on them, and they are also, you know, playing card size. I think that's the majority of my small decks. But I love just the pictures, and that you can just read them intuitively. I mean, I read things intuitively anyway, but to not have the distraction of words, I think is freaking fantastic. So I've used that in client readings. It's worked really well, especially when people are working through, certain issues. And this works too, the cat motion. So what it is these cats are displaying certain emotions, and it helps you with your shadow work. So when you pull a card and, you're confronted with a certain emotion that you see on this cat's face, and it triggers something in you, you want to go after that. Like, what's the trigger? Why is it making you feel this way? Where's it coming from? Both, negative or positive. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Ugh, so evocative. I love it. Okay. Moving along. We have When My Soul Whispered Oracle, and this one was actually gifted to me by the creator, my friend. And this is a little bit bigger than playing card size, but I would still consider it a tiny deck or a small deck. It has beautiful gilded edging, or gilded edging, and beautiful, just simple watercolors, simple word, simple pictures. Definitely my cup of tea. Sometimes I want a lot going on in my tarot and oracle decks, and sometimes I just want simplicity. It's just, I guess, depends on what Gemini mood I'm in. Okay, so we're down to the last 5 decks, or a few decks, 6 decks actually. We have the Seeds of Shakti Oracle, and this is one I need to bust out more often. This is also playing card size, you guys. So some of the cards are white and some of the cards are black in the backings, playing off of light and dark. So I'm going to put that there. And again, beautiful colors, keywords, phrases. I love this one so much. This one I've also used in a lot of my client readings too. So awesome. Okay, so that's the Seeds of Shakti. Okay, and then we move on to, hold on, let me readjust here. The White Fox Oracle. And this is one that I backed on Kickstarter. You can see the awesome backings there. And this one has turquoise edging, which I thought was unique. Again, no keywords, my favorite. And you guys probably noticed that when I made my Wally's World Oracle, that I didn't want any keywords. I want people to use their intuition. I want people to trust their inner guidance. There's nothing wrong, I think, with decks that have keywords. Sometimes we need it. But I think it's good practice sometimes to just look at something. It's like, what do you feel? What is coming to mind for you? No guidebook, no keywords. What is your higher self saying? And to me, that's wonderful. Those are my favorite types of decks. And then go into one that maybe a little bit tinier. This is by Heather Hope's Intuitive Art, and this is the, hold on, let me get it there, Inner Compass Oracle. Ta-da! So you have this beautiful compassy map type backing, and you have just a keyword, but a lot of collage and beauty going on here, and colors. It's so hard to say favorite because they're all my favorites. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in my deck collection because I use them all. Of course, I have so many, it takes me a while to get through all of them, but I love them all. I use them eventually, all of them. And if I'm not using some of them and I feel like it's been a while, then I gift them or give them away in a giveaway or give them to the Goodwill. Somebody's like gonna be so stoked when they find a tarot oracle deck, you know. Okay, down to the last few. This is Pam's Vintage Tarot, and not all of them come in this plastic dealy bob, because this is like printed kind of on a few different websites and kind of all over the place, so it depends on who it's coming from. Some people got a little pouch, some people got a little white box, some people got this plastic thing like me. I guess it just depends on where you find this. But it's got a cool backing here. It's meant to look kind of vintagey, you know, tea stain. I love that there's no borders. Like, thank you with the no borders. And since it's Rider-Waite-Smith, you know, obviously this is Pam's deck. Like, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Then you don't need the numbers, the keywords. Oh, and it came with some extra cards too, some of her extra artwork. So I just threw that in. But yeah, I mean, you guys are familiar with this artwork. All right. Oops. Alrighty, and then our second to last deck is the Halloween Tarot. So this is my tarot in a tin, and it's small. There is a regular sized or standard sized tarot version of this deck, but you know, I like things that are irregular. It's my jam. So I've mentioned before, like, I've gloated about this deck like so much. Like, I'm like, I love this one so much. It reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of Halloween when I was in elementary school. Brings back that nostalgia, all those warm, fuzzy feelings of, you know, glow in the dark and scary masks and those cheap costumes that you would find at the grocery store, where it's like you want to dress like He-Man, but He-Man's picture is like printed on this like plastic tunic that you wear. Like, what was that all about? Are you He-Man or are you wearing He-Man? Like, but anyway, so yeah, it brings back all those 80s vibes. I like it. It's awesome. And then lastly, we have the White Sage Tarot, also in a tin. I don't know if there's a standard size tarot version of this deck. You guys would probably know. But all I know is that there's this one in a tin, and I like it. And it's cute. And plus, when they're in tins, I don't mind them clanking around in my bag. I know that my cards will be protected. Again, such soft, beautiful colors. Gorgeous. I'm just kind of like quickly going through these just because it's not actual deck reviews and I don't want to spend too much time. You know, I know you guys probably want to look at some other videos in these series, Tarot and Tea Tuesday series. But anyway, yeah. All right, guys, so that was everything in my response to V over at V Love and Crystals and her small, tiny tin decks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, come over for some fun. Hope this, you know, add a little quirky fun to your day. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you guys have some of these decks? And if you're doing some of these VRs as well, let me know. And I will come watch your videos. So if you dug this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. And don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you would like to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. Let me know if you want me to use any of these decks. But not only do I have a lot of different types of readings, I even have contromancy readings, I have mediumship readings, I have Lenormand readings, and I have crystal scrying sessions. I have lots of different stuff, you guys. Just depends on how you wish to receive the information. And I have my Rima body sprays, I have my salves, but also check out my other shop, Desert Cauldron all one word, or on the Instagrams at desert.cauldron. I am the co-owner. I work alongside James over at Light of Riga, and we created a little witchy shop together. We have a lot of different witchy tools that are one of a kind. We want to make sure that our tools are special because we know that people are actually using them in their practice, and we wanted something that felt unique to them, and or whatever it is that that you guys are doing, whatever magic that you guys are creating. We want something that's one of a kind. So it's either stuff that's been created by us or created by local artisans or artisans far away. But anyway, we have a lot of different stuff. We even have things like, we even have crystals, you know, those of you that are incorporating crystals into your practice. So you can find this beautiful crystal in our shop as well. So like I said, just go over to Desert Cauldron, all one word, on Etsy. And I have all of my other links down below for my Patreon, for my newsletter that I send out once a month. It's got all kinds of witchy goodness and teas that I'm drinking, books that I'm reading, other YouTube channels that I'm watching, so on and so forth. So if that interests you, definitely check it out. And I also have the link to my Leon Mystery School in case you're interested in learning Mayan astrology or any of the other lovely offerings that my teachers put out there for you guys. So that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.